Good morning, guys. Quick update. Just want to talk about something. So I got two boys, and we've received a lot of warnings from the county saying that there is people targeting schools right now, and this whole school shooting thing is going on, and me and Jennifer have really been reconsidering and whether we want to have our kids in a public school anymore. In all honesty, because we don't know how safe our child can be. I can only recommend so much. I mean, my opinion, I think it would be great if every child were to be able to go through a metal detector before they went into class. That can be a safety issue as well. Then you can detect if they have any weapons before they enter a school, because as of right now, none of that exists. So any child can easily go in there with a handheld something, and something can happen, which God forbid it does happen, and I don't want that to happen. But I just don't know how I feel about putting my child in a public school right now. So we're making future decisions on possibly moving or staying. But if we do stay, we can educate our children with the curriculum that the school provides. But I every time my kid goes to school, I have the thought in the back of my head that what if something happens to him, And it's just not a pleasant feeling at this point with the whole hurricane thing, and now the school thing, and it's a lot. And now we got the presidential thing, and here's what I think about Kamala Harris. I think she says a lot of good things, and she likes to point the finger at people, and I think that's great and all. And maybe think people do the wrong thing sometimes. That's fine. But nobody's really facing the major issues that this country is having right now, such as school shootings. Nobody's facing the major issue of how long FEMA may take to provide money in an emergency for our own country. Because I understand that maybe other parts of the world may be at war, but our country is suffering natural disasters at the current time being. And it's not war, it's a natural thing that happened. So you can't really blame it on war. You just have to blame it on, just fucking nature. And it's climate change right now, which it is real. Climate change is real. But, I feel like we need a government and a president who's more hands-on, somebody who's quicker to react to certain emergency situations. For instance, me and my wife are running low on money right now, and her job isn't providing any shifts. I have an interview tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. I'm hoping I can get that job because I need a paycheck within the next 2 weeks if possible. And I'm willing to work for that. I'm willing to work for my money, unlike other people that do things differently for their money. I legally make my money. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Another thing I want to talk about is just amazing how this country loves to point the finger by judging a book by its cover. I couldn't tell you how many times I've been accused of something that I never did just because of the way I looked at the current time being. I've had times where people have reported to the police that I was an abusive father and that I was abusive to my wife and abusive to the kids. I don't want to hear that shit because I've never laid hands on a woman in my entire life. In the 32 years that I've lived here, I've never hit a woman in my life. I've never hit a woman. Okay? Number one. Number two, my kids are kids, and somebody has to regulate them. If my kid is doing the wrong thing, such as saying racial slurs or stealing from a candy shop or something like that, do I just allow it? Do I just let him do the bad things that he doesn't know what's right or wrong? Or do I have to regulate my child? There's a difference between regulating your child and being abusive to your child. It's ridiculous how people have this misconception of me, and I'm so fed up with it. People think that I'm this horrible person. I am one person. I barely get help from anybody on raising my kids. Nobody knows what it's like to be a parent. Most of the people judging me don't even have kids. So why their opinion even matters is fucking irrelevant to me, okay? And the reason why I can sympathize with a person like Donald Trump is because I've been falsely accused more than a handful of times in my life. I've been told every name in the fucking book, okay? You couldn't possibly call me anything else than what I've already been. That's why I have no shame in speaking out, because I cannot allow a generation that's full of fucking lies to win. I apologize to tell you that. The presidents, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you need to speak about topics that matter.
not about pointing the finger on who's doing what. You have dying children and natural disasters. You have a lot of shit on your plate to be talking about why he did this 3 years ago. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I feel. I'm sleeping on an air mattress right now. FEMA still hasn't given me my money. I still have to wait for FEMA to give me my money. All the fucking money I spent during this hurricane. I had to get a motel, buy the fucking waters, buy the fucking food. Like, it's a lot. I'm not a millionaire. Realistically, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. So I just thought I'd share my opinion on the world right now and this amazing country we live in. Like, comment, or share. Have a good day. Thank you, FPL, for giving me my light.